Brooklyn and lived in New York for most of my life. And I came to Scotland particularly because of the beauty and the nature here. It's irreplaceable. The sand dune system that's getting destroyed. Then I met the people. I met Sheila. I met Michael.
Are you coming out?
But what a lovely day. It's almost a shame to come in. And I heard their stories firsthand.
And within 2 days, the water was black, and he couldn't understand why the water was getting black.
The water was 100% perfect before he came here, till he started digging up everywhere.
I realized this is something that goes against basic human rights, and it's going on right on my doorstep.
This is really a circle of our friends. This was really a celebration of our friends, a celebration of people that supported us.
One of the Trump stories Suzanne broke was a secret conflict of interest at the two main newspapers in Aberdeen. So supportive of Donald Trump, they even gave him his own column. Unknown to readers, however, the editor was secretly engaged to the spokesperson for Trump's golf course.
You've had your point. The point is, you can't have a newspaper running glowing pieces singing the praises of Donald Trump without telling the people who are buying your newspaper.
Maybe just say a few words here. Let's talk about
that your wife gets money from Donald Trump. If this isn't a clear conflict of interest, I really don't know what is.
Where would you want slightly? That's good. That's good. That's good, just like that.
The back segment tonight banning Donald Trump. Early next week, Parliament will actually debate a measure that would bar Mr. Trump from entering Great Britain.
Then Kelly started a campaign that caught the world's attention.
And on the phone from Aberdeen, Scotland, Suzanne Kelly, who began the petition. So the comments are not there by Trump to promote hate. It's his policy that he's trying to get out. Do you understand that?
I'd like you to understand some of his other comments. He said that the relatives of anybody involved in terrorism should be taken out. I assume he's not talking about dinner and a show.
I'm thinking, here's Donald Trump. He's walking around, he's slandering every nationality, every racial group there is. And then, when I saw Donald Trump physically mocking a disabled New York Times reporter.
You got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
That was the catalyst for me, and I decided I'm not having any more of this.
The question is what he has been saying classified as hate speech?
More than 200,000 Brits now want the man himself banned from the UK.
I thought maybe 10,000 people at most, if I worked really hard, would sign it.
All because over 500,000 people signed this petition.
It was at the time the fastest growing petition ever.
Later today, the tables will be turned when MPs will have their say.
Well, there was this petition, basically, which gathered a huge amount of momentum.
This ridiculous individual, that is Mr. Trump, may be elected as President of the United States.
His policy to close borders, if he is elected as President, is bonkers.
In the end, the petition wasn't passed, and Donald Trump was allowed back into Britain for his golf course photo op. The neighbours weren't invited.
It's a bit over the top. 2 security guys at the gate there. I suppose I'll be by invitation only. Everybody that's there. I don't think any outsiders will be allowed.
I drive into the same spot I was arrested over 5 years ago.
You've been detained under Section 14 of criminal.
The police has taken their side ever since all this came to go. But now, they're never away from the place. Of course, the taxpayers paying for that, not Trump.
No longer in Donald Trump's good books, I wasn't invited either. What I was asking, officer, is it okay if I go and speak to Scotland?
Just clarify.
I was told you're not supposed to be here, you know that.
But I'm filming.
You're not on the loop. You're not invited here, You're not on the list.
What we're talking about here again is the police standing up to protect the interests of private business and individuals.
6 plus a sniffer dog. And I just wonder who's paying the overtime for them.
What is the reason for having this line here?
So that we don't go over the hill to the clubhouse, so that we can't go and make our presence known to the vast amount of media who are there to welcome Donald Trump to Scotland.
The residents here have shown tremendous courage in the way they've stood up to Trump's bullying and, frankly, abusive behaviour to them. The house down there, which is proudly flying a Mexican flag today.
Press
wants to talk to me, the radio wants to talk to me, but I stopped doing that because it just keeps him in the limelight, you know.
Just not really interested. I don't pay any attention now.
As Donald Trump arrives, he claims victory over both his Republican rivals and his Scottish neighbours.
Most neighbors love us. I have one or two that are a little contentious, which is fine because they lost. It's like some of the people I beat in the primaries, they're not exactly in love with me. Well, I have one or two neighbors that we beat, and they're not exactly in love with me.
Oh dear, I don't want to be bothered.
Did you know that by pitching in the costs of a morning cup of Joe, you can help re-elect my friend Joe?
Whether it's $3 or more, no gift is too small to make a difference.
By the time you finish this video, a lot of folks across the country will have already chipped.
Trump is going to win, so the world is going to be a happy place again, okay?
Humpty Dumpty, I see somebody with a Humpty Dumpty sign. There's a protest with the Mexican flags. And I went in to have a look. I was told that I didn't get down because I was too nosy.
Since my arrest, the Trump Organization has continued to use the police to target those they consider enemies. During the presidential campaign, the tactic reaches ludicrous new heights.
I have never done a deliberate criminal act in my life.
Rowan Betts is a retired social worker who lives in a lighthouse not far from the Trump golf course.
I just feel it's so important that we look after our natural heritage. I do my best to voluntary work to repay the damage that I do to it just by being.
She once took part in a march in support of the Forbes family. Perhaps it was that which put her on the Trump radar.
I don't even have so much of a speeding ticket.
Until now, apparently.
I'd looked at the clock and it was 10 o'clock. I opened the door and there were two policemen standing there. My first thought was they'd lost their way. I didn't think for 1 minute they were coming to see me. I mean, I just panicked. I thought something had happened to one of my children, and I still have that. I still remember me standing at the door feeling that way, and I just started to shake and say to them, "What is it? What is it? What's happened?"
I cannot explain why police would turn up late at night and charge her with urinating in sand dunes. I simply cannot explain that.
I was not on the fairway at all. I was within the dune system that's closest to the shoreline. And as we walked back, an estate vehicle came towards us, and out of the passenger side jumped a man with a camera.
It was like they were being followed, you know, stalked. Unknown to her, she was being filmed.
Well, that's the officers. They're the ones that came at night. They said that they could go straight to charge because they had enough evidence. It just struck me as such a ridiculous thing for the police to be doing at the behest of Trump International.
This was a diesel tank, yes. She's all rotten here, look. And there's usually a lot of parts that could fit other parts, you know, other machines.
Come on, Anthony. Come on. In the spring, we'll take you to his junkyard.
What crop does he grow?
Not in his house, but you know, off to the side and other parts of his land. He's got rusty machinery there. I'm on farms down in Texas and these things. This is not an area that he's using for scrap to fix up another tractor.
It's just in this shed here. This is a bonnet for it. Once I've finished repairing it. This old tractor sat been there for 35 years. The Trump said that he would give me the place if it ever runs again.
If you can get that operational, I'll give you the golf course.
You have to hunt about and get other parts, you know. Like the steering wheel I bought out of eBay. This front dash panel my son got for me. The lift arm, this one here I found behind the road, the leveling screw, I still need it to finish her off there. But apart from that, she runs, she goes. So, Mr. Trump, what do you say to that? Not bad for a tractor that's sat for 35 years and never turned a wheel, eh? I used to do up a lot of tractors way back when I was younger, and I kind of lost the interest until Trump opened his big mouth again.
Look at Mr. Forbes and his disgusting conditions in which he lives, and it's about time that somebody spoke out.
If you can get that operation, I'll give you the golf course.
Take it over like a watch, eh?
That someone makes a verbal commitment is in Scots law a contract.
I'll take the place, but not his debt.
How many letters are there, Sheila?
Oh, God, I've no idea.
After getting the tractor back on the road, Michael and his wife Sheila show me some of the thousands of letters he's received from around the world.
Says to the post there, says, how do you know it's mine? And he says, of course it's yours.
When your letters started, you thought you were going to get nasty letters, but no.
I did, I really did. No, never had one. When all this started off here, I got a few letters from America. So never do any dealings with this man. Because nobody trusts him in America. Now, if that's the type of people it's writing to me, why would people like that vote for somebody they couldn't trust, you know? I just can't get my head around that one.
What the hell is going on?
We are going to vote. We are going to take back Florida, and we're going to make sure that the true champion for reproductive health care, and not just reproductive health